All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long week, but we are here. We are back, and as always, we are over the top rope. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Top Rope Boys. This is episode 7, I believe. If I'm wrong, Reek will probably correct me when he uploads this audio. But shout out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. As always, it's your host with the most. It's your boy. Actually, let me get to myself a little bit later. I'll put the cart in front of the horse. For now, let me introduce our illustrious guest. If this podcast were an airline, these two would be frequent flyers at this point because they locked in with me. We tight. You know how it is. It's two of my favorite people in the world, two of my favorite wrestling fans. Uh, Deja, Sears, how y'all feeling?
I'm here.
I'm feeling great. Excited to be back.
Exactly. We back. We got a lot to talk about this week because, man, has it been a week for wrestling like always. But first, let's start off with something real quick. Let's start off with some NXT. Oh, wait, actually, I'm putting the cart in front of the horse again. I forgot to introduce myself. It's your boy. It's a Cameroonian nightmare, the Chocolate City Saint, the left-handed destruction, the Bayesian bulldozer. Come on, it's the EST of the DMV. It's your boy Steph, your host with the most, who always knows how to boast. But come on, please, just know, try me and it will be a roast. Anyway, like I said, we gonna start. We gonna start with NXT because NXT this past week was pretty crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know if y'all feel this way, but NXT is starting to become the NXT and TNA show. It's rarely ever just NXT at this point. But I don't know. What do y'all think of the whole Joe Hendry Trick Williams beef that's going on right now?
I'm always going to support anything that Trick Willie does. I do agree with you. It is very much starting to become the not even TNA. It's giving NXT. That's what it is. It's giving. Um,
And NXT and A is funny, so
NXT. That's very much what it's giving. Um, Overall, I just think we're gonna see it more and more as time goes on, but it's gonna slowly start to feel like WWE has its hand in everything, and that
yeah.
could be a good or a bad thing, but it's gonna start to show. Otherwise, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I think it can definitely bring something. But Sears, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say I think it's a good thing. I mean, for a little bit, I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were done with the TNA portion of it. Not gonna lie, because
Hmm.
we had it was a bit that we haven't that we saw someone with TNA on NXT, but I think it's good for both Joe Henry. To I think at some point he's gonna jump ship to join WWE. So giving him that like exposure with someone like Williams is only setting up for success, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I do think it's super funny how so obviously the show starts. Joe cuts a promo because Trick ran up on him at TNA Rebellion, which we'll talk about a little later on during the episode because that was a pay-per-view. Um, but yeah, so Joe's cutting this promo. He says, "Trick, you want to come and invade my spot? I'm gonna invade your spot." Blah blah blah. Like they haven't been invading each other's spot for like the last like 3 weeks now. It's literally been, hey, I show up on your program, you show up on my program. Somebody gonna show up on somebody's program. So the fact that he felt a need to make it a point this week was kind of funny to me. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and Dark State ends up jumping Joe Hendry. And this is where, for me, it got interesting because I said on this podcast before, I'm a Dark State fan. I think they can grow into something really dope. However, um, I think setting up this Dark State, Joe Hendry, Hank and Tank 6-man tag team match. I think all this is doing is just confirming that Trick Williams is probably the leader of Dark State. That
But I said it last time I was here. I think I said did I? I believe I said that Trey Williams was gonna be the leader.
yeah, yeah. I think I think you definitely were on the money with it because it's like sure they jumped him, but that could definitely be a faux pas. And it's like I don't know, man. Like it seems like it's lining up too much because every moment when Trick is about to be down and out, because we saw how it was when Trick tried to face Joe, him and Joe and Oba clotheslined that man.
Hmm.
So now maybe Dark State's his backup, and I don't think they're gonna reveal Trick to be the leader at Battlegrounds because I feel like that would be a little bit too early. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to see what we'll have to see. But overall, I'm not gonna lie. Um, the six-man tag team match that's supposed to happen tomorrow at as of the day that we're recording this. I think that there are other ways to give Dark State attention and also have Joe fight NXT talent than doing this tag match, in my opinion. It's like the allegiance between him and Hank and Tank feels a little forced and it feels a little rushed because like he has other friends in NXT. Like as far as I know, him and Ethan Page aren't necessarily beefing. They just hey, I tried to come for your title. You could have called on like I feel like it would have been better if it was like him and Ethan versus Trick and well Trick has no friends in NXT right now, so who knows?
For now, he doesn't.
Yeah, I just feel like there are better ways that they could have booked that, but who knows? That's just me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's also kind of weird to like because I mean, Joe Henry doesn't have any friends in NXT at all, so it's like they're trying to force it. But I can see this leading to where Trick Williams ends up with the TNA World Title. And I think I've been saying it that I think at some point, someone from another brand is going to win the other company's titles, and I can see
Yeah,
Trick Williams being the one to do it.
someone has to win another promotion's title, bro, because there's no point in doing the partnership if the titles don't change hands between
Hmm.
companies. And
Agreed.
so, ooh, Trick with the TNA title would be crazy. I can't
I
even
can see,
lie.
I can see it.
That'd be kind of crazy. Especially if it's like you're saying, and Joe's gonna jump ship to WWE.
Hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on a little bit because we let's move on a little bit more. We had we had a match. It was Lexis King versus Ricky Saints for a North American Men's Championship. And let's be so for real. Who thought that Lexis King was gonna win this match?
Why? Why did you say it like that?
I mean,
Uh,
is he wrong? Like,
Well, why would you say it like that?
Dude, did you think he had the chance?
That's not the point. That's not.
Oh
You're missing the whole point.
no. I have no hate towards Lexis King. I don't like his character, but I have no genuine hate. It's just, whatever.
Fair
It
enough.
it it, it is what it is.
Fair enough. But that was just funny.
But yeah, other but yeah, like I just like at this point, if they're gonna put Ricky on my screen, I like seeing Ricky on my screen. That's all that matters for real, for real. Every time Ricky shows up, he hit his little dance move. He hit that whole he be hitting that whole so clean. And then, bro, when he be doing the little Undertaker walk the line, every time he always find the nearest woman. He wanna mwah, kiss her right on the forehead. Ah, someone said someone said on Twitter, I can't remember who, someone said Shawn Michaels saw Ricky Saints and was like, yep, that's me in another life. I gotta bring him over here.
I can for sure see that. Honestly, I don't think he's on NXT for long. Like, I can
Oh
see him on
no,
the main. He's on the main roster in like a year.
same.
Uh,
I I was surprised that he debuted in NXT. Like I knew he was gonna come to WWE, but I was very, very surprised that he showed up at NXT.
mm,
But okay, now we gotta talk about one of the most devastating parts of the week. Um, if you're a Metaphor fan like myself, you know, let's just it's a sad day. It's a sad day for all the Metaphor fans out in the world. We
What did they say? The flag is flying at half whatever it is. Yeah,
half mast, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So we are truly living in the worst timeline because as so randomly on Tuesday, watching NXT, chilling, cooling, I see I see no. I'm like, okay, cool. So they're gonna give us his next opponent for the Heritage Cup now that he's got his cup back. I'm like, bet they're gonna set him up now that he's back. Cool, easy booking. Then I see Oro. I'm like, oh, okay. Noam and Oro, they gonna get a tag match or something this week. Cool, I'm with it. Whatever, as long as we get to see the two of them tag together. Then I see Lash and Jakar show up. I say, oh no, they put all four of them together. Is this a reunion? Or is something worse happening? It was like I felt a disturbance in the force. I felt a shiver go down my spine. And then this man, this man Noam Dar says, looks like a reunion. And then Lash Legend has the nerve to say, we need to talk. Now, every man knows that those are four words you never want to hear from a woman. Even one as beautiful as her, you never want to hear those words. That man, um, Lash really told those boys to sit down, and she said, "Hey, I feel like there are bigger things coming for me, so we gotta break up." That's essentially what she said. She said, "Hey, Oro, you can go ahead and do whatever you do in Unevolved. No, you can go ahead and keep running around with that little cup you got. Jakar, you my girl. I think you can run things down here, but the four of us, we gotta separate ways. Tell me, am I wrong? What did y'all think of this segment?"
I'm still grieving. I'm still in pain. I thought we were gonna get Metaphor on main roster because I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I saw Oro or even Noam winning like world titles. At least not anytime soon. But I definitely could have saw them in like the mid card title scene. For me. It's just devastating. I'm never gonna get Meta Girls as tag champs. I don't know why they played in my face so bad. This makes sense as to why they never pulled the trigger on them becoming tag champions. And all the reports that came out after the fact of like, oh, maybe the NXT cuts were due to people being lazy. I feel like that's false because if you ask me, Jakara has improved vastly, especially over the last year.
Yeah, she definitely could be a contender for a most improved award.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what she does next, but I'm sad. There's no more Miss Jackson.
Sears, what you think?
Uh, so like I told you guys when it happened. I think uh I don't think metaphor was it was holding Legends back. Unfortunately I hate to say it. Last Legend was being held back by metaphor. I think we see Hall take it like go into the main title and become like a big star. And like I know we're gonna talk about this later, but like before the cuts happen, I'm like, oh, it's gonna get a push. Bone Dog's gonna be fine. And yeah, and Jackson do fine in NXT for a little bit. I was like, okay, the following is for a potential reunion down the road. I was fine with it because I thought, oh, Last Legend is gonna get pushed to the main title because she's talented. I think she's really talented. She's over the fans, I think. But
Yeah,
knowing what we know now, it's unfortunate. I feel like we were definitely robbed of of Metaphor having tag titles or being like a North American champion or something. But
bro,
yeah,
Oro
that's
Mensah is so fucking talented, so fucking talented, and I hate to see another African lose the opportunity, bro. Oh my God.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah,
Damn shame.
like
Um,
Metaphor was a drop ball by Shawn Michaels.
it was. And then they tried to smooth us over after that by giving us this fuck ass Carmen Petrovic Sol Ruka match. Now, no hate to Sol Ruka, but this was not. Oh my, this was not how you follow this shit up. Because first off, the way how they built up to this match like, granted, it makes sense with the finish, but first off, Ashante Diadonis, again, everything I say has nothing to do with the actual person. Let me say this towards the character. Ashante Diadonis, you fuck ass coon. What are you doing? What are you doing? You have lost all your aura since Hit Row. It's gotten to the point where my partner literally had to say, "Oh, is his gimmick that he's a pimp?" I couldn't even, like, what was I supposed to say? What was I supposed to say? Because the way how he just walked into that scene when I think Carmen was talking to like Thea Hale and somebody else, and he was like, "Oh, Carmen, you got a match against Sol Ruka for the NXT North American Women's Championship tonight." She said, "I am not ready. Who do I look like?" She, she acted like Deja right before we got on this call. My bonnet is still on. Like, bro, like it was just like I first off, I never liked the storyline that built up to their pairing, which was like the whole, oh my God, is Ashante gonna choose Nikita or is he gonna choose Carmen? That I thought that shit was so fucking dumb. I thought that shit was like Days of Our Lives level bad storytelling. And Deja is looking at me like I'm stomping on her dreams right now.
No, because you said the magic word. You already know who I thought should have been fired. No shade, no. Oh Lord, that sounded bad. That sounded bad. I don't think I'm not afraid. I am not sitting here like, yes, someone loses their job because that's sad in any instance. But if you ask me in the list of people who needed to stay and who needed to go, Double Knees Lions needed to hit the door.
Double knees is
Double
crazy.
knees lines that's funny.
She's
Oh
25
my,
and her knees are already fucked. Both of them.
Hmm.
Both
oh my
of them
God.
are already fucked. Like, and maybe I'm not seeing it now with Nikita, but me and Steph talked about it. I was like, okay, she's cute with the fat ass, but like, so is the rest of the roster. So what else does she have to really stand apart?
Is she even on television nowadays? I
She's
feel like I
gonna
haven't
be
seen
on
her.
Evolve.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like we lost some great ass people, and she's on Revolve. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
I also think Adonis should have been cut. Like it wouldn't even people that should be on the list. He's on the list. Like, are
You
you
know
I'm
kidding
who?
not
me?
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I saw that Ashante was on the list, I would have been like, "Hey, I hate to see a black man lose a job, but I get it.
All he has
I
done has
get
been
it."
all he has done in the last year has been playing Loverboy
Yeah.
and getting his butt kicked when he tried to interfere with in matches. Like he has done nothing. Even with Hit Row, he has done nothing. Like
Yeah.
we lost Cora Jade over him, Braun Strowman over him. No, I'm
Bro,
pissed.
don't remind me. We're gonna talk
I'm
about it later, but
pissed.
don't remind me. Oh my
Like,
God.
and this segment only proves that he should have been cut. Like
The and then they have like the match itself was not bad. Like these two are both very talented wrestlers.
yeah,
It's just the fact of this was just a weird timing to have this match set up, a very weird build. However, the only good thing that came from this match, in my opinion, is the finish. Soul getting the win, retaining, and also Harmon kicking the fuck out of Ashante and then breaking up.
we
Again,
love it.
let me state this. Nothing against the person, everything against the character. So, um, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm so happy that it looks like that little Ashante and Harmon shit is done. I will say this though, because we've been shitting on Ashante a lot. Um, I've been seeing him training in the dungeon with Natty and BFAB. He looks like he's improving. So if he's getting back in ring, I don't know. Fuck it. Have him feud with Wesley because I think that Wesley could be a good heel if they want to turn him. Excuse me. If they want to turn him face, book it.
All,
I think.
all, all I know is he has done shit in the past year. He gotta do something. Or he like
Oh no,
I don't
he.
know.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. He got to make some shake. Absolutely has to. Um, and then again, just two back-to-back very weird placements in terms of segments because we have this fuck ass Trick promo as well. Um, and again, no disrespect to Trick. Actually, really, really love Trick. I would be wearing my Trick shirt today, but I just didn't. Um, the reason why I don't like this promo, and I've been trying to defend Trick Williams' promo skills for a while, is because half of it was just a promo for him being on the All American season finale. We get it, bro. You got a TV role. I I I'm proud. I love seeing a black man get a come up. I love seeing a black man get a bag. But brother, you just oh my God, you just got clotheslined by the ruler and Joe Hendry, by two champions. You have no belt. You have been whining about how you need a belt and some opportunities for how long now? Maybe like 2 months. And this is what he gives us. He talks about his little TV role. Anyway, the only cool thing that came out of this, in my opinion, is the fact that we got to see, or we got the announcement of the 30-man battle royale for the number one contender spot at Battlegrounds for the NXT Championship. And I'm not gonna lie, as a guy who is loving WWE LFG right now, it was really, really dope to see some of the LFG guys show up, like Shiloh Hill, Jasper Troy, and Anthony Luke. So I'm excited to see them make their NXT debuts. But other than that, what did you guys think of like the promo when it's setting up and all that jazz?
Tears, you can go because I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm drawing blanks on like the major parts of NXT, and that promo was one of them.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a week. I've been distraught.
Honestly, like they either need to call Trick Williams up or do some figure out something. Look, it's really trying to give like
They don't need to call him
20
up. They don't need to
like
call him up. Keep him where he's at. Keep him safe
it
and protected.
it's starting to give like Dolph Ziggler in like 2012, 2013, where
Mhm.
it should have been him. It really is starting to give that vibe to me for some reason. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
like,
like they just have no idea what to do with him.
yeah, and when like keeping him in the world title, I mean, obviously he's going to be staying in the world title picture in TNA. As long as he's there, he's going to be in the world title picture. Like,
Yeah.
like no matter who the champion is, he's going to be one of the top contenders. It's just like it's like the wins and repeat, and like I love a good battle royal. You know, big fan of the Royal Rumble, big fan of all of that.
Mhm.
But like right now, there's no clear person besides Rick Williams that's gonna win. So to me, it's like cool. You're giving him another shot for like what the fifth time since MFA team champion. It seems like
Yeah, and the thing is that like because Oba became champion New Year's Evil, right? Yeah,
yeah.
he became champion at New Year's Evil. Bro, it is June. It is fucking June. What
Hmm.
are we doing? And we know that Oba's probably gonna hold it until next New Year's Evil. So like there's no there's no swerve, there's no like real the the only like interesting like twist that's been done with this with the beef between the two of them was adding Javon in, like, which is what I'm saying. At this point, fuck it. They gotta reveal next week that either they could, because if I'm really starting to believe that Trick might be the leader of Dark State, and I think all four of them are in the battle royale.
Hmm.
Hey, bro, let all four of them let let it come down to like the last 10 of them or whatever. So it's all four Dark State, Trick, and then like four randos, right? Trick gives the signal, the rest of Dark State eliminates the other randos, and then they all hop out. So that way, it reveals that Trick is the leader and it gives Trick the number one contender spot. If they're gonna do that, at least let's add some depth, some substance to the story that they're trying to tell here.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's the only thing that would save this. Like this, I don't. It's not even a Bobby at this point. It's just like Open Fetty putting out whipping Trick Williams ass for like each pay-per-view, like or even my event. It's like
Yeah,
give us something new. Like we're we're tired of this.
exactly.
But you give us him as a Dark State leader, or give us some a new rival.
Yeah. Um. Okay. And then moving on real quick, we got Hank and Tank versus Josh and Inamura. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad knowing that Inamura's last match on NXT because I'm pretty sure they confirmed he's getting shipped back to Noah pretty soon. So it kind of sucks that his last match at NXT is gonna be an L, but we kind of saw that coming in. That that like, how are we? I think less about the match, just more so how are we feeling about Hank and Tank as tag champions so far? What do you guys think?
Go, Deja.
Don't ask me to go. I told you I was grieving this week. I was half-ass paying attention to NXT over the last 2 weeks. Like I just caught the highlight reels. So if we're gonna be for real, I just barely know who Hank and Tank are. Just barely.
So for me, I haven't had a chance to talk about anything at all. But I love them. They're me in wrestling forms. I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
they're champs. You know, I love the storyline they have for it, and they haven't like it's been like what 2 weeks since they won the title, 2 3 weeks, give or
Yeah,
take.
so they're rated still early.
Yeah, like the card like the voting is still out of them as champions. I think like they need this is a WWE issue of all, but they need to like give the tag divisions clear rivals for their champions. Like it's like it's either short term views or it's like one off matches. Like I'm ready to see who the first big like main rival is in the story.
Yeah, so
Oh my god!
I can't.
The Ravens released JT.
Yeah, they did.
Oh hell! Not the
Yeah,
the Browns has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Sorry, that was unrelated, but I just thought, damn.
yeah. Bye bye, Tuck. Anyway, uh, real quick, let's get to the last match of the night and the main event, which is honestly the biggest and the most interesting thing I wanted to talk about from this week's NXT because it was kind of all over the place. But Roxy and Julia versus Io and Jordan. Now, goddamn, was that a match?
You're never gonna make me hate on EO. Love her down.
That was pure graps at its finest. First off, randomly throughout the match, I caught myself doing the little EO every 2 seconds. For the people that are listening on the audio, I did the little EO emote. But yeah, I randomly catch myself doing that all the time now. But if we're talking about people from NXT where it seems like they have no idea what they want to do right now, Roxanne Perez is one of those people because she's also in that ether state where it's like, is she gonna get called up? Is she gonna is she gonna get called up? Is she gonna try and go after another title reign? What is she still doing here? Is she just because the draft hasn't happened yet, so they're trying to just fill spaces and bring big names? It's one of those things right now, especially after the fact of it looked like they were reigniting the Roxanne and Cora feud. But hey, we talked about it earlier. Cora ain't around no more. That's Elena Black now. Um. Any anyway, what did you guys think of the match? Oh, how you guys feel? What do you think this is gonna help set up? Because we actually do have Roxy versus Io 1-on-1 tonight.
Solid match. Again, you're never gonna make me hate EO. That is my women's world champion for a reason. I'm still of the mindset of how the fuck is she like so deadly but insane at the same time? Because doing this is absolutely crazy when you think about like homegirl really just be out here just doing anything, jumping off of steel cages with trash cans on her head, just doing any fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
As far as Roxanne goes, I don't know where they put her right now. I think that's the problem is they were ready to call her up, is what it seemed like, and then we're like, oh shit, we're gonna do a draft because we need to do a draft, and then just I guess they're just waiting for that one. Like Roxanne is ready to be main roster ready. I would even go as far as now. She's my pick to win the Rumble, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
Roxanne's your picks to win next year's Rumble?
My
I'm not
pick to
mad at
win
that
the Rumble.
actually.
I'm not
I
gonna lie.
think
You don't just put
that's an excellent
anybody.
choice.
You don't put anybody in the number 2 spot, especially against Charlotte. Which, despite we may not have liked how the outcome came, like she's gonna be up there. Them having her at the final 2 this year,
Hmm.
she's my pick to take it all this year. Well, next year.
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie. I have her winning Money in the Bank. I have her being Miss Money in the Bank.
Okay.
That is a good one, but
If
but
it's
but
not Naomi, it's gotta be Roxanne.
I was just about to say it's gonna be Naomi this year, guys.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
see
she's
it.
gonna push
Yeah.
Jade off that damn ladder. She gonna push her off that ladder.
I think I think right now they're just trying to like build her up and to, like give her like prep for the main roster when it's official. And I think that they're gonna try. I think they're gonna try to go back to the Julia versus Stephanie uh, feud. I also think they might be giving Jordan Grace a push to the main roster as well at some point.
I wouldn't surprise me because Jordan definitely cemented herself as like someone who was like one of the bigger names in TNA for real, and she kind of like ma
Hmm.
not made that division what it was, but she was one of the bigger standouts. So her going like I feel like her stopping at NXT was just like okay, because we know that NXT has the biggest women's division right now, but with some of their biggest names leaving, excuse me, I can definitely see Jordan Grace following.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I think also them putting her in NXT was a way to get her introduced to the WWE crowd because NXT is
Hmm.
long gone of the days of, oh, it's just the diehard fans that watch it. Now NXT is like must see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. So I think right now we're just in the weird space of like trying to move people up and then also trying to set up the next feud. Because I like unless like off Stephanie Jordan uh unless they do like 4 major call ups, I see Jordan and Roxanne being called up and then uh Julia and Stephanie being having a fight for the women's title.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad idea.
Solid.
Ooh. All right. All I know is that I'm excited based off of this match to see how Roxanne versus Io goes tonight. I'm excited to see them keep pushing Jordan to the moon because I think she really, really is talented. I love the Juggernaut. And Julia, if it's true that Julia also got a main roster call up, oh, what's her moniker? The Beautiful Madness. That's gonna be fun to see. Like imagine her entrance in the big arena. That's gonna be real, real dope.
Hmm.
But any last thoughts on this week's episode of NXT real quick before we go pay some bills?
Keep Trick on NXT as long as possible because I feel like they're gonna call him up and fuck it all up for me. I'm be mad.
You, you know
And
what?
metaphor for life.
No, for real. Metaphor for life. Metaphor for life. Oh my God. Metaphor for life. Please.
Please.
Please. Got it. Please. Oh my God. Anyway, let's go pay some bills, y'all.
And I wanna know where this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back. We paid bills. The lights are still on. Um, let's talk about because we're obviously on this road to Backlash right now. Backlash, as of the time we're recording this, is this Saturday. So, yep, it's this Saturday. It's May 10th. Deja just looked at me mad confused for all the people who are listening on the audio.
Because
But
why is it this Saturday? Oh my god.
uh,
Me too.
they got it dead set in the middle of Mother's Day weekend. If you listen to this podcast, go tell your mother that you love her. But anyway, let's talk about Raw and SmackDown from this week. We just gonna do it in one giant quick little segment, so that way we can go through it and then get to some backlash predictions. So let's start with Raw. Obviously, they started off with the Rhea and the Roxanne match. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool. It was a little. I feel like it's more so setting up a tag match between Roxanne and Julia versus Rhea and Io. I feel like we can all kind of see the writing on the wall there. Am I the only one thinking that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're not being very unpredictable there. Um, I completely want to skip over this fuck ass defense, but fuck ass is just gonna be the phrase of it's just gonna be the phrase of the day. Because why the fuck is Jay's first defense against Logan fucking Paul?
Why is he still on the payroll?
Uh,
He's still on payroll.
I mean,
Sears, don't come here with your bullshit. Why is he on payroll?
I hate the fact he's on payroll, but they haven't had a chance to set up a proper a forced rival yet for Jay. So who you gonna have defend? Who you gonna have as forced defense? Why not the most hated guy in the world, Logan Paul?
That is literally the only reason why I understand this because like Jay's arguably the most over guy in the company. So
Hmm.
having the guy who is the most hated, him go off against that is I can see why they would want to start off with that.
Hmm. That's yeah. Until they get they because Backlash is like it's only 3 weeks. It's only been 2 or 3 weeks since WrestleMania, so like they haven't had an opportunity to set up like a good rival for Jay yet, and until we get to Jay or Steph at some point, which I think we get. So
We definitely gotta get Jay versus Seth, especially with this new faction that Seth is
hmm
leading. But we gonna talk
it's
about Seth
too
later on.
yeah, too soon. So Logan's a good false opponent.
Yeah, like I will say, the way Logan says "oos," it sounds racist. Something about it just don't fit right. It don't like it irks me every time he said it. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, bro. But moving on from that, obviously after the attack that happened on Pat McAfee and Michael Cole from Gunther, Pat McAfee somehow came out and gave one of the best promos I've heard all year. Now, I knew that this man was deeply integrated into wrestling culture. Like that was never a doubt in my mind. He is real as he's the real deal. However, that that promo was A1, brother. I don't even know what to say. That promo was A fucking one. He somehow made me care about a Pat McAfee versus Gunther match. What did y'all think?
I think it was a solid promo. For me, it was a little unexpected. I personally like Pat's commentary. I know a lot of people in the wrestling community personally don't really care for it, but I enjoy it. And like you said, it made me care about a match that I would have been like, oh, okay. Like I don't hate it, I don't love it, but I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm intrigued to see what happens on Monday. But Gunther's probably gonna choke Pat out again.
Yeah, like Gunther gonna come up, sneak Pat, and then it's gonna be a whole ha ha ha. Let's see you try and win on Saturday thing, and I'm gonna just be pissed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. I got a phone call and I don't know. But
no, don't worry about
Pat
it.
Pat on the mic is Gordon. Like he's one of the best talkers around. And I think it's gonna be an entertaining match, but like Gunther's about to beat the bloody hell out of him on Saturday. And I wanna guess that this sets up like a Legend return for like I wanna say like a Goldberg return for Goldberg retirement match. I hate it. I hate that. But like it like this is setting up to something bigger. I don't know what.
They definitely do need to close the plot line between Gunther and Goldberg, so it wouldn't
Hmm.
surprise me if that was the way they went about doing it.
Hmm. But like, if
Because
that
we,
doesn't happen, I don't know.
you know, also at this point, let's just get Goldberg's retirement match out the way so we can get him off the roster.
Please,
Please and thank you.
expeditious, please.
Um, we had the War Raiders versus the Judgment Day with the New Day on commentary. Now Xavier Woods, who the fuck told you to be so goddamn funny on this goddamn commentary? Because he said some shit. He said there's no way the coup de grace is gonna work on Ivar's fat ass or something along those lines. That had me dying. A heel New Day somehow got the belts and gained momentum. That them brothers have been cooking.
Hmm.
They're entertaining as fuck either way. But back to the actual match, whatever. It was just nice seeing JD back. It's nice. It really is nice seeing JD back in ring because again, that's a real deal trooper and a real deal hooper. After the injury he came back from, I don't know. What did y'all think? Do you guys have anything to talk about that, or do you just want to go on to Braun, Seth, Sammy, or some of the other stuff that went down during Raw?
Serious is
No.
up to you. It is up to you.
Ginny's a dog. Finn Balor get portrayed. End of story.
Oh yeah,
Continue.
Finn definitely about to get slimed out. Oh,
Bring back
uh,
Demon Finn.
I think that I really hope that when Finn gets slimed out by the Judgment Day, it's gonna bring back our demon home. That's all I need.
Oh my gosh. Oh, side note.
Mhm.
So serious, me and Steph were talking about this last night. I said if you put me and Nat in charge of booking, I ain't getting that shit back in blood for Finn Balor. I'm getting it back.
Hmm.
We are getting the story arc we were meant to get. My guy was supposed to be on top. Oh, what could have been? What could have been? And I changed my answer. My women's tag champions would be the Meta Girls. I'd bring them back.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And Jordan Down will be world champion for ever, right?
Yeah, actually, he would be Kurt Angle in TNA. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Kurt Angle
Y'all
in TNA is hilarious.
he would literally be peak. No, not even peak Angle. He'd be light skinned Angle. That's how.
Pork,
That's how hard I would
pork,
love.
Light
it'll be pork. He'll be pork angle.
Mm-hmm. It's not Perk Angle anymore. It's peak Angle. He would be that
peak angle.
peak Angle. He would have every title. I'd even bring back some championships just for him to have it. The Divas Championship, bring that bitch back. Okay, hardcore title, bring it back.
WWE 2012. That the video game with Sheamus putting on the titles. Yeah, that'd be him.
Ooh, now my friend's talking about me. I told him take. I did tell him to take off for Backlash, but why is it this Sunday? I mean Saturday.
Um, we had the cool little Braun, Seth, and Sammy storyline going on throughout the whole episode of Raw, where Seth basically with Braun and Paul Heyman told Sammy, "Hey, either link up with us, move the fuck out of our way, or go to SmackDown. What you picking?" Um, how did y'all feel about that whole storyline?
Like that. I mean, normally Sammy's name is like the one that like threw his way into all the power groups. But like I liked it. I mean, he stood his ground. It was something unique. You typically don't see heel groups giving people a chance to leave like that. They played with the friendship of Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, and also the connection he had with Paul Heyman for the Bloodline. They made Braun Breaker look like a badass, which he already does. And I think it gives like more reason to, like for like Sami Zayn to heel turn down the line when we get to like why did no one come out and help me with like Roman or the Usos or all that. But I love this trio of Seth, Paul, and Vaughn. I There's gonna be another boss.
Bro, someone
Who?
said the three of them look like a bunch of Batman villains, and I've died of laughter, bro.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
that's hilarious. But no, I completely agree with you. I think that the Braun Seth Sami thing, first off, can we basically call it what it was? That Braun and Sammy match was full on a squash match, bro.
Hmm.
Like, he got speared 4 fucking times. Oh, fuck no. I know Carlito was somewhere crying hearing all that shit going on. Like, but I could think you're completely right. It was cool seeing Paul and Sammy talking, be like, hey, we go back. If you just go to SmackDown, I'll have you be a number 1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. You can face whoever wins against Randy and Cena. Just stay the fuck out of the way. And then Sammy was like, no, this is my show. I will become a champion. Bro, when they started bringing the daughters into this, I was like, oh, they getting real. I love it. I loved it. Um, and yeah, it was cool seeing them play off of that family dynamic, and it was cool seeing everything kind of go around. But Deja, you got any words on this little plot line that was going throughout the whole episode, or what you think?
Um, I'm curious to see where things go. Um, Last week was a squash, but it was meant to be a squash because we're trying to get over Light Skin Breaker. Because every day he just is straying further and further and further away from being the Caucasian man he was born to be. But I love Brown Breaker, and I would hope the photo behind me would be an indicator of who I stand.
This is fair. This is fair. For those that are listening on the audio, she has a full-on Shield era Seth photo behind her.
Look at that! Look at the wing belt! Look at it! Look glorious,
That wing belt is beautiful.
glorious.
Speaking of another person who stands Seth, we had Becky come out and give a promo as to why she betrayed Lyra.
I love the segue.
Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. You know, I'm new. I'm not. I'm true to this. Not new to this. But Becky came out and explained why she betrayed Lyra, and I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy because how you turn heel, the people still cheer. That lets you know the people are not messing with Lyra's character work because she got betrayed and got booed. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just funny.
I'm not gonna.
I'm a Lila stan. I love Lila.
No, like I think Lyra is a real deal hooper. Like I've been catching up on her NXT UK run. I've been seeing her. I saw her NXT matches. She has had solid matches on the main roster. Like that girl can wrestle. However, when
Hmm.
it comes to character work and charisma, they just have tried getting her over. She hasn't gotten over. I still don't understand why they made her the first IC champion, but she's been defending it crazy, which I love. However, because who was in the finals with her? Dakota,
Dakota.
Yeah.
especially in
Should have been
especially in
Hall.
hindsight of what we are talking about later. Yeah, it could have been Dakota. Could have been
It
Dakota.
should have been Hall.
It could have been. Oh, what could have been?
What could have been? But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, and y'all can feel free to interject and tell me your opinion after this. But I think this Becky and Lyra match might be the one I'm least anticipating heading into Backlash, which is crazy because like it's Becky's first singles match back, right?
Hmm.
This should be a big deal, but it doesn't feel like it at all.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I think it's clear like what's gonna happen. I think we see Becky Lynch winning, and I think it's like crystal clear. Like letting on the wall, we don't. Lyra's not leaving with that belt, and it's just like they have. It's also just like they haven't done a good job building Lyra up. So like, why are people engaged?
They online calling Becky Hogan. That's funny as hell, bro.
They had to do her like that. Um,
Which is crazy. But he actually did a good job building people up. But
Mm.
Yeah. And I'll just say this: I'm not necessarily the biggest Becky Lynch fan in the world, but definitely over what the fuck is going on here? But definitely over the last few years, I'm like, I see it. I see it. Um, for me, I don't want to see Becky win the mid card title. I don't think she needs it. I think this would be the time to really solidify Lyra as the IC champ. Like Steph said, I think it's very indicative of if you turn Becky heel and they're not booing her, that's kind of a problem. Just a little bit. I'm interested to see how they try to pivot it and save it, but I don't think it's too much saving at this point.
All right, then um, we had a Stephanie Vaquer versus Ivy Nile match, which is kind of cool. Honestly, if you ask me, the coolest thing to come out of that match was Penta saying that we might get the Lucha Bros back. When he teased that, come on, I was ready for it. I was happy. I was happy as hell. Although that Stephanie Ivy Nile match was solid. Ivy Nile is another underrated hooper that they have in that Raw women's mid card division right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
So does
definitely
that?
would have thought she would have been the one to take the butt off of Lila, but I digress.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone have any last minute thoughts on Raw before we head over to SmackDown?
Um, I'm always gonna stand my goat, Dirty Dom. Free Finn Balor. Free
No,
him from.
free Finn Balor from the chains of being pinned every fucking week. It feels like they
It's so
even
hard.
gave us they even gave us Finn Balor at Mania.
It's so hard being a Balor fan, and he's not getting any younger.
He isn't. Although,
Um,
congrats to Finn Balor. He just renewed his vows with his wife. I saw that on IG. Congrats.
oh yeah, I saw that too. Very cute of them. Love that for them.
All right, so head over to SmackDown. It starts off with LA Knight, Damian Priest face to face. Um, because LA Knight's pissed about how Damian interfered in the number one contenders match last week. Not gonna lie, I love both of these dudes. I know that they're cool with each other, and I'm sure that they wanted to work together and establish some sort of a little mini feud. Not doing it for me. Not doing it for me at all. I don't know about y'all, but the best part of this match was when Jacob Fatu came, interfered, and then let's just jump right to ahead to how this build up. Solo Sokoa, Jacob Fatu got pulled into the teacher's office, got pulled into the principal's office. Nick Aldis said, "Hey, we doing a fatal four way. I mean, no, hey, we doing a triple threat." Solo said, "Wait, Drew McIntyre is the number one contender." Nick Aldis said, "Fuck it, it's a fatal four way." I love Nick Aldis' style of being a GM, which is y'all want to fight, y'all can settle it right here. He is not letting these folks stress him out. I love it.
Unlike Pierce. Poor Adam.
Oh no, Pierce is stressed. Pierce is stressed the fuck out.
Look like he got about to have a stroke every other week. That is how bad they are stressing him.
Yeah, and so I don't know. How do you guys feel about how they tried to build up this fatal four way? Do you think it'll be interesting? I'm honestly just hyped to see Jacob defend as US champ, but what do you guys think?
I think this match is about to be the best match on the PLE. Not gonna lie to you guys, we got full four different people like with different personalities, different strengths coming at each other, and I'm like, it makes sense. Like two face, two heels, it makes so much sense. It's about to be a fight, but I think this is only gonna help to like showcase Giga Fatu's like build him into a monster star. So like there's like he already built into a monster, but like him being full three other people, three stars, like two former world champions plus the LA Knight, it's gonna push him even more. And instead of like being like the one to like make it a fatal four way, it just like bringing in that little seeds of like discussion that like we're gonna see unfold with probably at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about SummerSlam in a little bit too. But I could definitely see that happen. I completely get what you're saying. Um, Deja, what do you think?
Anything with Drew McIntyre is gonna be golden. That man constantly turns chicken shit into chicken salad. Love
True.
Jacob Fatu. Love me the Undertaker. I think it's gonna be a solid match. I don't know who I'm gonna root for, but I'm gonna root for. Actually, no, I know who I'm rooting for. My goat, Drew McIntyre. Put him on top, please, please. It's been hard being a Balor fan. It's been hard being a McIntyre fan.
I mean, he got the win at Mania.
Yeah, he got the win at Mania, but I mean, my man needs a proper world title run with no distractions, no CM Punk. Everybody stop stressing them. Just give my man the title already. That is the only way he'll shut up.
No cash in.
No cash in. No cash in. No cash in.
Um,
He didn't need it last. Honestly, last year he didn't need it. It should have went to Jay, but here we are in this timeline.
I forgot he won it last year. I'm pissed
yeah,
now.
he did.
Yeah, not the best moment. Not the best
It was a
moment.
total of 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At least we got that moment of Seth crying, telling Drew that he deserves it.
No, he
That was
didn't win
cute.
last year. It was Damien.
No, Damien won the year before. Damien won the year
Damien Cash,
before, cashed in at Mania 40. Drew won
yeah,
last year and pissed me all the way off as someone who loves Drew.
Damien cashed in on Drew. That's how he ended up with his heavyweight reign.
Mm-hmm. Because who was Damien defending against last year? Drew ran out to cash in, and then of course Punk cost him the match.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You're talking
you're
about
right.
you're talking. I think you're talking about that backlash match.
No,
Huh?
it was Money in the Bank. He cashed in the same night.
Oh yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. My bad. That's on
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Um, who else was that? Oh, my bad. This match. Sorry, that threw me off a little bit there because I got my dates mixed up. But this fucking Fraxium and Pretty Deadly match, I did not expect for that to be as interesting as it turned out to be. Like, granted, all four people in this match, hoopers. However, when they bloodied my boy's nose, I said, "Oh," and he still, oh my, I was like, "Oh, this is real fucking graps." Granted, I'm sure that was a unholy mess up, but like Deja said, they turned chicken shit to chicken salad because I think that this match could be the start of a proper feud that not only solidifies Fraxium on the SmackDown brand, but could help elevate Pretty Deadly as well, which I think was pretty cool. What did you guys think about the tag match?
Raxium is the greatest tag team on earth right now for a reason, and I told you how I feel about Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy, I loved them down. So it's basically you're pitting two bad bitches against each other. If you ask me, and you're always going to get a great result.
I agree, and I agree with you, Steph. I think this can be a rivalry that not only sets them both of them up for success, but I think it's going to build the entire tag division on the main roster. Like honestly, I can see
Absolutely,
either one of these two teams. I can see either one of these two teams being the ones to beat the New Day for the titles.
bro. Oh my God, I can see because if they reignite the New Day, Pretty Deadly feud, I think that could be interesting. And then I fully believe that Fraxium, uh, should have been on Raw to take down the New Day to begin with. But I digress. It made sense given the fact that they were teasing both of them on SmackDown to begin with. However, let's jump right into it. Jacob, I'm gonna let you take the wheel because your boy finally had his first match back. Go ahead. Give us the breakdown. Give us the breakdown. Give us your thoughts. I'm gonna let you run with it and I'll jump in afterwards. 'Cause I know you want to talk about this.
First of all, props to Miz for being a goat. Okay, he is the perfect man to bring for anybody, new, returning, anybody. He can sell. He can do whatever he can do to build whoever he's facing, and he did that with my boy Aleister Black. Okay, before he left WWE, the first one, he was someone who was quick, badass, and all that. And his return after the Miz, we confirm that for the WWE universe. I'm hyped that he's back. I'm like that match was just so perfect. Not only it wasn't a squash match like a lot of people thought it was going to be. It was competitive. Miz sold like hell, but it was also good to see Miz in that form. I think but he made Aleister Black look like a star. Like he made him look like a future champion. And not only that, but he sets up that match also sets up for a possibly dream match of Haynes and Aleister Black. Like I'm hyped for it. I'm here for it.
I need that Carmelo and Alistair match, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
need it
But
because the way they
about to
were
be
staring down each other
fire.
last week.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we get it this week. To be honest, it's gonna be fire. Like, uh
Deja, what do you think?
I was hyped to see Aleister Black back in WWE. I hope they don't fucking fumble him this time. I'm with Sears. Miz is gonna make anyone look goated. Love me some Miz. It's another one. I have a long list of goats if you couldn't tell. Um, but yeah, I hope this is the start of something great, and I'm very excited to see Mello and Black in the future very soon.
Speaking of underrated matches that happened on SmackDown this week, Ray Phoenix versus Santos Escobar. If you ask me, that was match of the night for me. That was a really, really dope, really, really fluid. They have insanely dope chemistry in the ring. And you know how crazy it is for me to say that that was match of the night when Naomi and Jade were in the ring this week. This is high, high regards in my mind. Like, I wish that they were putting more momentum behind the Ray Phoenix, Andrade, Santos Escobar storyline. But whatever, it's cool. I'm gonna let it cook. Ray Phoenix just got there, so it's kind of all right. He's got to take a back seat for a little minute. Cool. He has a little WrestleMania moment. But yeah, it was just a really, really fun, really, really dope match. Again, like for an episode of SmackDown, which I'm not gonna lie, felt a little chaotic at times. It felt like filler because um that Zelina Vega match. Uh, great first defense, or actually a cool first defense. However, why were we running back her and Piper Niven? I thought we were past that bridge, but whatever. And the main event tag match was felt. It felt it didn't feel like a main event at all, to be quite honest. But that Ray Phoenix and Santos match, though, that was one of those matches where again it was real, real fucking graphs on episode of SmackDown that, in my opinion, wasn't all that standout. But I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. So, do you guys have any quick thoughts on SmackDown before we get into Backlash predictions? Or honestly, you guys can just start telling your Backlash predictions.
I don't think I have any further opinions on SmackDown.
yeah, SmackDown was all right. My boy Aleister Black is back.
That's
Enough
all
said
you
for
care
me.
about, bro.
My man Aleister Black is back. My Ghost in the Invaders champ. Power couple right now. Let me tell you something.
Oh no, that is a power couple for sure, for sure.
Period.
I love Sears, bro. But no, All right, so real quick, let me get into some of my backlash predictions. I hope that I'm wrong here, but when it comes to that fatal four way we were talking about, I can see Solo costing. Uh, I can see Solo almost costing Jacob the win, or almost costing Jacob the title, which could lead to their match finally happening at SummerSlam because they've been teasing that dissension for a while. I'm with the rest of y'all where I think that Becky's gonna win over Lyra. Um, I have Cena retaining, but not clean. I don't have him retaining clean. I think they're gonna homage the match where Randy Orton slapped the ref. I could definitely see that happening. But those are just my major backlash predictions. What about y'all?
I unfortunately I see Becky winning unless they pivot. I hope they pivot so hard. Um, I can see Jacob absolutely winning, and I'm with you. I can genuinely see Solo almost costing him the match. I do think we are gonna get Solo versus Jacob at SummerSlam, which I'm excited because I'm gonna go see it in person, so it's gonna be great. Um, and yeah, I don't for sure. I don't see Cena winning clean, not one bit, not one bit. But I do think we're gonna almost get Randy to punt his head off, just almost.
Mhm.
Only thing I feel like this feud is
Oh, we
missing.
most definitely have to.
The only thing this feud is missing. Randy needs to pull up on John's father one time for the one time. Run it back one
Oh,
time for the one
yes.
time. He's got to
Yes.
stand on business and show who's boss. Like just
Absolutely.
one more time. That's it.
No,
That's it.
no, no. Cena shows up on Orton's father this time.
Oh.
You
Oh, I'm not mad
are,
at it.
you're right. You're right. AA on
They
top of the car. You're right.
they switch roles now, so like,
Or they could just beat up each other's fathers. That is also an option.
oh, he kicked out his oldest son, who I think is 18.
Perhapsably. You know what? Just bring the whole family out at this point.
Let's have everybody get a kick out of it.
It's like just bring the whole family. Bring Kim and the kids too. Just come on.
Do we know the
Uh,
full card yet for Backlash?
I'm assuming that they're gonna add one match tonight, and they're probably gonna add a last minute one tomorrow. But just I'm just asking for predictions based off of what we know right now, which is
So
Cena Orton, the Fatal Four Way, Lyra and Becky, and Pat McAfee, Gunther, and then yeah, that's about it.
so I definitely see them adding the SmackDown uh WWE Women's Championship into like a. Well, no, they already have an outfit for way. I don't know. I Jacob is winning. There's like no question about it. I think WrestleMania is what 2 months away at this point, so I don't think they're going to have Solo uh interfere yet. But I think we build to that at some point. Cena's going to win with probably either The Rock or what's his face interfering. What's his name?
Travis Scott.
Yeah, Charles Scott. That fucker. One of them is gonna interfere, but one is not winning. Unfortunately, my guy, my goat. Uh, Becky's gonna win. I think they need a bigger sword to kind of like set the IC title on the right track. I think that
Mhm.
winning was a good idea, but it kind of fell into the depths of like mid card. So, but
Yeah,
I do see another match happening. Maybe they add Kamala Hayes versus Aleister Black. Who knows?
I wouldn't be
And
mad
we
at
get
it.
and we
That'd
get
be a
that
cool
big
little
on.
that'd be a cool little opening match. What was I gonna say? Oh, also, we forgot that Jay Gunther's gonna be. I mean, Jay Logan's gonna be
Oh,
on the card. I
Jay's
feel like
gonna
it's kind of
win,
obvious Jay's retaining. Yeah,
and
If
Gunther's winning.
Jay,
Like,
if Jay loses, I will rage quit.
oh, I'm whining.
I will be done. I will so be done. That would be the last straw. Y'all would have thought when Mercedes left, that was my last straw. You would have thought them getting rid of the Meta Girls was my last straw. But if Logan fucking Paul walks out of St. Louis, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I will be done. Unsubscribing from everything. No
The
more.
day that he the day that he wins the war title is the day that the war ends. Let's be honest.
If he ever wins
Yeah.
the world title, it needs to be like a 24-hour reign. That's all I can. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Nah, it needs to be like a cash in where like someone cashes in on him.
Please immediately. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. I can't.
Like 5 minutes, if that.
Steph, I promise you, the day that happens, I'm gonna just FaceTime you and just ask you to turn the phone to Nat. I'm just gonna ask you to turn the phone to her because everything that would need to be said, she would be saying it.
That's funny as hell, especially seeing as how she just walked in the room like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, where are we? Oh my God. Real quick, yeah, actually this is a good time. Let's go pay some bills and then we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about Backlash and then we'll just finish up with some of the other wrestling news that's happened this week. But let's go pay some bills real quick.
I don't need you, but I want you, and I'm here to let you know I'm the lady, that bitch, even more than you can know. That already.
All right, we back. They ain't cut off our water. So we finally are back, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna keep the Backlash train going. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite Backlash matches from the past. Um, I I think last time we did something like this, y'all had me start just to warm y'all up. So I'm gonna try and warm y'all up again. Honestly, let's just let's just start with the classics off top. Edge versus Cena, Backlash '09. One of my favorite matches from Backlash. This is back when Backlash used to be a real must-see pay-per-view, must-see PLE. I don't know what is. Let me try not to shit on it, but the quality has definitely had some dips and some ebbs and flows. But you can't tell me that Edge and Cena match, one of my favorite heels of all time versus my favorite wrestler of all time. Period. That was beautiful. The ultimate opportunist. Also, I think that was the pay-per-view that they were leading up to where Edge slapped Cena's dad. Need that. Or when
I
Edge
think
showed up
so.
to or when Edge showed up to West Newbury, need that.
Oh, it was the one with Big Show going Cena through the light.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite Backlash moment, but back in the olden days of yore, those Backlash posters used to eat down.
They
So
did.
that's probably my favorite memory. Like, bring back the old style of the old style posters for pay per views because they used to eat.
I actually just rewatched my next pick. I just rewatched this one maybe like 2 weeks ago. Randy Orton versus Edge from Backlash 20. They were marketing it as the greatest wrestling match ever. Now, did it miss the mark? Yes, but it was a really, really solid fucking match, bro.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, yeah, and I say what I remember because COVID was so long ago. I was
It
surprised I
It
remember
was.
was.
anything from the COVID era,
That was
but
like 10 years ago.
not for real.
It feels like it. But nah, like I definitely like apparently on the rewatch from a couple weeks ago, like it's cool because like they had like some of the fans there all masked up and things like that, but most of the crowd was all like NXT talent or like other wrestlers that were just in the performance center that day. So it's like I saw Kaden Carter in the audience at certain points. Like it was just a cool like B-Fabs in the audience and all of Hit Rose in the audience at some point. So there's just like it felt like, oh, this was a real like spectacle because the whole roster was there watching the match. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a certain sequence where Edge and Orton are just homaging like classic wrestlers. Like I think Edge does a stunner,
Mm-hmm.
uh Randy Orton does a people's elbow. Like it's a really, really cool sequence that just showcases like the history and trajectory of the WWE through. the actual like spots that it takes, which I think is really, really dope.
Yeah.
Again, I think billing it as the greatest match ever was hilariously dumb,
Hmm.
but it was really, really solid.
Okay. My favorite, I have two. So the
Uh-huh.
first one, I have two, one for two different reasons. My first one, just for like pure entertainment value, is the Bad Bunny was Damien Priest match.
I was gonna
From
mention that one. That was gonna be my next one.
Like honestly, like going into it, no one expected it to be that good. But like the crowd was so into it. Bad Bunny was into it. Like Damien Priest supported that match like so
I
well,
think
which gave him that push. Like it was just perfect, I feel like.
it was from every note. It was really, really dope because it was a dope like climax to their feud. Plus, again, like you said, no one thought that Bad Bunny was going to be taking the spots that he did. I think it
Hmm.
is arguably a classic match. Like it's 45 minutes of just banger after banger. We got the LWO coming out. Salio Vega came out. Also, the crowd in because it was in Puerto Rico, right?
It
Mm-hmm.
The
was.
crowd is insane, bro. It's one of those like lightning in a bottle type crowds, almost like AJ Styles at Clash in France. It's one of those moments where like the crowd just helps make the match feel so much doper because of how insane everything was.
I agree.
Agreed. I take back my previous statement. Backlash in Puerto Rico as a whole, solid event. That is probably my favorite, like Backlash moment. There was not a bad match in that card, and even if it was, the crowd wouldn't let you know it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My other Backlash match that I enjoy, it's Edge versus Cena versus Orton versus Michaels, and back
Oh,
in 2007.
okay,
That
okay,
I mean,
okay.
four is just the best for a time. I mean, how that can be a bad match, no one would know. But like that's I think if I remember correctly, that's the one that has the final sequence of like all the hitting the finishers and then Cena falling on Orton for the pin after like they all get hit with like each other's finishers. It was so good.
Yeah. Um, do we have to? I think we gotta talk about arguably the most hardcore of Randy Orton's career, the match between him and Cactus Jack Mick Foley. I think that is an insane match. That's from yeah, that's from Backlash '04. I think that is an insane, insane match because like I think that's one of the few times we've ever seen Randy be that fucking hardcore. Like he was never like obviously Cactus Jack was known for being the like invincible guy, like I'll do whatever, I'll take whatever spot. Um, but we saw thumbnails, we saw barbed wire, we saw bats. Like it was something that felt straight out of a horror movie almost. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's my best
and
moment.
that, and, and I feel like it like kind of set on between like oh this is like Bob and son and like the chosen one. You know,
Yeah,
they kind of made him into his own person, his own person in a sense.
I got you. Uh, Dej, real random question, but do you
Mm-hmm.
remember, since we're thinking about enjoyable backlash matches, do you remember the Seth Rollins and Omos match? This was from, I want to say, maybe 23?
Um, I didn't even know that they touched each other in the ring, so probably not. I'm not gonna lie, 2023. I think I was keeping up just enough with the major pay-per-views, but if it was like a B show, quote unquote, I don't think
Yeah,
that.
got you. But nah, that was a really like fun one. To be fair, I also just love Omos and I wish that he would show up on TV more. Because how do you waste a 7'3" dude who's tough as shit? But that's just me. Oh, and also shout out since we're talking Backlash 2023, shout out Io Sky and Bianca. They put on a banger that year.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember that match. That one was solid.
Yeah. Oh, trying to think. Is there any other ones I really want to touch? Oh, AJ Styles versus Edge. That that was one. That was the match where we saw that Rhea Ripley was in the Judgment Day. Oh wait, no, that's Mania. I'm tweaking. That's completely different pay-per-view. That's on me. That was that's on me. But
I think did Backlash have an elimination chamber once or twice?
I think so.
Like, there's been so many of them now, I can't recall. But I mean, I don't think there's been a bad elimination chamber. So
I don't think so either. I'm trying to recollect. Yeah, no, wait. That match I was talking about where Rhea Ripley was supposed to join Judgment Day. I just double checked myself. Yeah, that was Backlash. That's an honorable mention there. Because
Mhm.
who cares if it's an old ass Edge and AJ? That was when we realized he was getting up there. That's still AJ Styles and Edge. And also, I think it's kind of solidified that the OG Judgment Day is going to go down as Hall of Famers for the storytelling that they did. That adding Rhea Ripley to the stable, I think that was a defining moment in her career, if you ask me. Uh, but real quick, since we're talking pay-per-views, you guys have no other match today you guys want to add to the list or anything like that, right? All right, then
Mhm.
let's get to SummerSlam since we're talking pay-per-views. So they announced the first trailer, or they dropped the first poster for SummerSlam, which it's fucking beautiful. I can't even lie. So beautiful. You're not rocking with it? I thought like it was cool for this era of
Or wait, which one are you talking about? Because I think I saw one with like palm trees in the background, and then I seen the one that's like really dark.
the palm trees one is for Money in the Bank.
Okay, so then the one I'm thinking of is the really dark one. I think
Yeah.
for this era and our Gothic King Triple H, absolutely, it fits the era. But I just said like maybe 10 minutes ago, let's normalize bringing back those like peak pay per view posters.
Yeah. But
They different.
I wanted to ask because I thought it would be really interesting. If you had to pick what matches were set for August 2nd and August 3rd of this year for SummerSlam, what matches would you guys pick? Who would you have face off against each other?
Okay. So I think I saw somewhere that the King and Queen tournaments are not happening. So that kind of puts a damper on my plans. But like, I think we get Cena with Punk,
Okay. I would love that.
or we get Punk and Roman versus Seth and Braun.
Also would love that.
Maybe like a third member being revealed in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at that point there'll be a full person in that stable, probably Austin Theory. So I can, I don't know.
You already know who I would book for SummerSlam. Let's go ahead and lock in. Okay, in the main event of night 1 and 2, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion slash WWE Champion Dominic Mysterio defending the titles both nights. It's gonna happen, guys.
Typical.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, you just gotta see the vision. It's there. It's gonna happen.
I can see him defending the IC title
Yeah.
against Finn Balor.
My
That's
goal
what
is
I
gonna
can
be
see.
my goal is gonna be ascended past this mid card nonsense. Put him in the main event now.
So when is he going to lose the IC title?
He could lose it next week for all I fucking care.
Crazy.
But
I
no,
think,
bro. On a serious note, I definitely see my other goat, Juan Cena, probably closing out SummerSlam weekend against CM Punk. I don't know why. I just get a very strong like Money in the Bank would be befitting, but I don't know. I just see SummerSlam.
Honestly, I see Money in the Bank more. I do think that like at some point we get
They have to
whatever.
run back the Money in the Bank match. They have to run it back,
They
which is
have
Yeah.
why
to. They
I
have.
think if we're putting Cena in these big ass pay-per-views against his greatest rivals, I think let's run back Cena and AJ.
Ooh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Honestly, that could happen.
Let's run back Cena and AJ for night two main event of SummerSlam. Um,
Okay. Real question for you guys. That night two WrestleMania main event was not it. I'm sorry. Cena is not it anymore. Like, do you think like at this point it's just like it wasn't a good match. Like, I don't know if they're gonna put him in the night two main event. Maybe night one, but like that match of Mania kind of like was like was a bad way to end it in the weekend. I don't think they give him the night two again.
that's fair. I'm not mad at that.
In
The only
defense,
yeah, because I think I know where you're going, and I think we're kind of twins there. Go ahead, Deja.
in his defense, The Rock fucked it up. If we're gonna be for real, the way Triple H has been going with this long-term storytelling, I genuinely believe the heel turn was not supposed to happen until WrestleMania.
Oh, for sure. I don't think it's
Like
supposed to happen
you
in
can tell
general.
by the way they were going up with that match of that it wasn't supposed to happen until WrestleMania. I think whoever, Dwayne and whoever else is on that fucking board, fucked up plans and they tried to pivot. And the first two times they pivoted, again, turning chicken shit into chicken salad. The first time, last year at the Rumble, Cody was supposed to challenge Stef. They pivoted. Then we got the best WrestleMania of all time. Okay, this year, you know, who the fuck? I kind of lost my train of thought for a second. But this year with the heel turn, okay, Cena turns a little early. Kind of shitty in the long run, but in the short term, it was great. Now you're in this weird, awkward phase of you can only pivot so many times because the problem is not there. And by the problem, I mean Dwayne. So yes, the main event of night two was shitty. However, we got the 17, and that's all that fucking mattered.
Oh,
It
no,
ain't matter how we got there.
agree.
We got the 17.
I agree. I just think like John's not listening to the point that like it's just a charger act at this point. I don't know like if putting him in the night two spot, definitely for the first time that SummerSlam is doing two nights is the way for it to go. I think night one main event is perfect, the perfect place for it. Going back to like match traditions, I think we get Cena versus Punk with AJ. I think we get Jay versus.
I could see them doing Jay versus Seth SummerSlam.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, I can see Steph versus Jay. I'm just going down the title at this point.
Getting back to Mania real quick, in hindsight, Io, Bianca, and Rhea should have main evented night two.
Oh, for sure.
I think
Absolutely,
the women closing out a Mania needs to happen, and that would have been the perfect match to do it.
Yes, I agree.
As far as the women's title scene at SummerSlam, I don't know.
Give me Naomi versus Tiffany. Give me Naomi versus Tiffany.
I was gonna say Tiffany versus Jade, and then have
Not mad at that.
and then have Naomi cash in.
Oh,
That.
if we turn Naomi into the ultimate opportunist, it's giving me Edge vibes. I need it.
Like that, I mean that makes sense to me. Like
It makes sense for her character. It makes sense for the arc. I'm not
mhm.
gonna lie, Sears. We might need to put you in the writers' room.
Honestly, I'm close. You guys saw the picture. I'm close to headquarters.
Uh,
I'm only a state away. I know where they are. I know where they're at.
Only a state away. You know what? You are cooking with that one. I give you your props. You ate with that one. Yeah, I definitely could see Tiffany versus Jade at SummerSlam, and I hope Jade will win. After
Yes.
I need to see that title on her.
Yes.
For 2 seconds before Naomi cashes in. Anyway,
I see
No,
Io
let's do
versus. God,
Becky and Bailey for the IC title because
I can see it.
I think we can all see uh Becky taking the belt off Lyra at Backlash. So Becky and Bailey for the IC title.
No, I can see it.
I can see.
I'm with it. And then maybe Courtney Lila. She takes some time off. Let's see. Honestly, this is the titles. War tag. I can see New Day versus. Okay, let's just go with Faxium. I don't know.
I think that's solid. I think come the draft, they're probably gonna get drafted to Raw because they need it.
We
Yeah,
gonna
like I
find
think
a way.
Get over.
We gonna find a way to get them boys to Raw because
I
Lord
think
knows
the
their tag division needs it.
I think the draft happens before SummerSlam, so I think Faxium will get the tag title match. Uh, I see Jody Down versus Finn Balor.
Absolutely.
I see Liv and Raquel versus at this point, Me Chen versus and B-Fab.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't
At
have
this
money.
point,
They don't have tag
they ain't
teams.
got no tag teams.
Like US Fatu Jacob Fatu versus Solo. Women's US we see Vega versus
Alexa Bliss.
honestly, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I don't know. I call me weird. I namely see her and Nikki maybe taking a crack at the women's tag team titles because god damn do they fucking need it. Oh my
I
god.
can see I can see it.
Please give me a credible tag team as the tag champs. And there's no shade, no tea to Liv and Raquel. But how the fuck do you release half of your tag division?
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see them taking it on, and hopefully them winning it brings back some legitimacy to that title.
I know it had legitimately to begin with, let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, that's real shit. Are there any other titles that we need to? We went through
Women's
the
US,
men's. Yeah.
Women's
Oh,
US, and then SmackDown titles.
Did we say the IC title? My go. We can't forget
yeah.
about my go.
We said
Yeah.
Dom versus Finn.
Dom versus Finn. Oh shit. Maybe I zoned out.
You will fixate on Dom winning the world titles. You forgot about the IC titles.
Because I told you
Oh,
I was booking WWE, Dom would have all of the titles. Okay.
Bianca and Io for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I
Yes.
would do at SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
hmm
And then obviously we all know the EST coming out with the dub.
I can see Io versus Julia or Roxanne.
Oh, oh,
No, I don't
oh.
see it with Roxanne. I don't see it. Like I said, we're building. She's gonna win the Rumble, guys. It's gonna happen. Just give it time, let it simmer.
Who says she's gonna win?
I don't see them bringing her on the main roster quite yet. Like the talent is there, but I think they're gonna blow off this Stephanie Van Kerr feud she's got going on just a little bit longer.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right. I think I think we covered all the titles and all the matches, but to be fair, there's always some random match that gets thrown in aside from the titles. So what would be like our two random matches real quick? We'll do that and then we can close this out.
I think I do think that we get some sort of like Seth's faction versus Roman and
Oh yeah.
someone.
I think Seth and Braun versus Roman, maybe not yeah, because I fully believe that we could get Cena versus AJ at
hmm
SummerSlam.
Uh,
Let's do Punk and Roman versus Seth and Braun. Let's run it.
honestly, yeah, because I can also see Jay versus Sammy.
Oh, oh, I need that. I
Sammy
need
being
that.
pissed about how no one came out, how he didn't get support from last week,
Yeah,
trying to heal at some point, attacking Jay. Because we saw how he was looking at Jay during that well last week, 2 weeks ago.
absolutely.
So
I
that will leave the tag. tag match.
I'm gonna go on a complete random tangent. I could see in my delusional brain McIntyre versus Black. I don't know why.
Ooh,
I,
Ooh, that's a good
yo,
fucking match.
that will be a
That's a good fucking
banger.
match.
I feel it in my spirit.
Deja, you're cooking right now.
I know, head of creative, guys. Head of creative.
That's a good fucking match.
I can also see for the world titles, Lucha Bros.
Oh, oh,
I can
I have
see.
a
I'm gonna
feeling
need
that the
it.
draft is going to happen beforehand. So we see the Lucha Bros versus New Day.
I
I'm gonna
definitely
need it.
see the new Lucha Bros being brought back together during the draft. I think right
Mm,
now they're just trying to establish them on their own.
yes.
Because on their own, they're fucking fantastic. So together, it's gonna
They
be
are.
like, I don't know, crack in the 80s. That time's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh my
uh,
God, y'all are
and then
y'all are cooking right now.
who haven't we mentioned? LA Knight hasn't been brought up yet.
I was gonna
Da-
say LA
Damien Priest.
McIntyre, but nah, I see it with Black. Priest,
Yeah.
I can see Priest tonight.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I think
it's very obvious that they want to do something with the two of them. So yeah, go ahead and book it.
Yeah, you get a match, you get a match. You are on Mania, you get a match too. Yeah.
is there anyone else that we're missing that like doesn't have a match?
Um,
AJ,
I would.
AJ and Karrion Cross.
Hey man, I said AJ gotta go up against Cena. Y'all,
Oh yes,
y'all.
yes, you did. You did.
You got to fit my man's Carrie in there somewhere. He's been cooking. Carrie
Yeah.
has always been cooking. It's just now people are realizing that Carrion is cooking.
Carrying for
Yeah,
Money in the
no.
Bank. Carrying for Money in the Bank.
I got
Yeah,
okay. So here are my picks for Money in the Bank. I got Carmelo Hayes, Karrion Cross, or LA Knight. Those are my three.
I agree with all of them. I can see all of them. I can't. Yeah. I all three of them are good options.
Um, real quick because I think we did cover everything for SmackDown, and I know that we want to talk about this heavily, and also we're kind of running on a little bit because we got to end this off pretty soon. We're running on a little bit of time crunch, but let's talk about these firings real quick. Because Lord, was Friday an anxiety-inducing fucking day,
Friday was hell. I was grieving. I was so pissed. I didn't even watch SmackDown.
bro. I did not, bro. Mind you, I had a gig Friday night. And then when I came back, the only reason I watched SmackDown, because I was really like turned off after the firings, was because of the fact that like, oh, there's a bunch of people in my house. I kind of don't want to just be in my room alone. Let me go to the studio and watch SmackDown while I work on stuff.
I
Those were
did
the
watch
vibes.
SmackDown, and it was like the firing has like such an impact on it. Like the mood was down. Like Damian Priest looked like he was crying before he ended the show.
Yeah,
Like
I saw that, and that was so sad. I was like, not my boy.
like
Yeah.
to me, I'm frustrated with the fact that like some of the people like or people that they were building like that were like giving back to the company like right before they got fired. Like Braun Strowman had a fucking
Yeah,
feud with Bronson Reed, and then a feud with Jacob Fatu. Like he
bro.
built two stars.
Yeah, and then
He
he
built two
gets cut.
monsters. Like Cora Jade. I think Cora Jade is one of the women's of tomorrow in the company in the industry.
I think so too.
Agree.
Oh, like she's so young and so talented. Like I'm so pissed. Like her injuries got like her 5 injuries just fucked her up, dude. Like oh Dakota Sky. Oh my god, Dakota Sky, my girl. Uh
We really did. We really lost out with Dakota, bro. Like,
fumbled,
I can
fumbled,
already see, I can already see the announcement coming in a couple months. Dakota Kai is all elite. I can see it. I can feel it in my bones.
fumbled. We fumbled at the 1 yard line with Dakota Sky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dakota Kai. Like, oh my god, dude, I'm so upset. Who else got released? Shit,
Jakara,
Jakar.
Jakara. That was
Didn't
the one that hurt me.
didn't Oil also get released?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like how the hell are you gonna like a full of metaphor? I mean, two of metaphor. Like, come on now, man. Like,
metaphor is no more.
metaphor is now meta two,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Like, definitely when they have people like they had better options to cut. I hate to say it. I don't wish people. I don't wish most people. I don't wish they don't get fired. Like, but they had better options than people they
Oh
can
no,
let
they most
go.
definitely did. They most definitely did. Let's be so for real. Like I
Like,
love. Oh my god. Oh my god. How have we forgot one of the biggest ones? Since we were just talking about the women's tag division, Hayden Carter and Katana Chance got fired.
whoa! I'm so pissed. I actually licked them too. I'm so upset. At this point, just give it the tag titles. Fuck it. It didn't work out.
There would have been the perfect. They would have been the perfect people to go up against Liv and Raquel. But
Yes,
nope, nope, not
they
a
they
zip.
they could have been one of the centerpieces. Metaphor and oh my god, like they cut the entire tag division,
They did.
but the champions.
Um.
Who else got? Blazer, Shannon Blazer,
Oh my
but like
Oh
Shayna, my
yeah,
Shayna.
we lost
she was
Shayna.
she was fumbling in like 20. When did she do? 2018 when she lost to
She
Becky at WrestleMania.
debuted in
Something
20.
like that. Yeah.
They fumbled with Shayna in the 2020 Royal Rumble. Charlotte shouldn't have won that shit then. They fumbled with her not winning at Mania. Like
Mm-hmm.
apparently even Becky was vouching for her to win at Mania.
Yep.
They just fumbled the bag so hard with Shayna and dropped the ball so many times. And I have always been an advocate for make Shayna NXT again. Bring
Yes.
back the Queen of Spades. She was in here breaking bitches' arms, breaking bitches' spirits. Her match with
Mm-hmm.
Bianca at I forget which takeover, but I know they had a match, and that's what pulled me into Bianca. Was that match?
Hmm.
Like Shayna was a star. They just didn't know how to fumble her. All the firings made me upset and a little depresso. Kaden and Katana, your most legit fucking tag team in the tag division that never had a tag team name, might I add. They never officially had a name. And you
Which
get
is crazy.
Yeah,
and
they were just calling themselves the Party Girls, right?
they weren't even calling themselves the Party Girls.
Oh,
That
that
was
was just some
Diva
shit that we
Stan
threw on
Twitter.
them.
Diva
Oh
Stan
damn.
Twitter calling them the Party Girls. So yeah,
What
like
the hell?
it's always sad to watch Cooler get fired. And like I said, I'm never praying on anybody's downfall. But if you ask me in the grand scheme of things, like who you could have gotten rid of, like I would have slid you this note. I would have slid you this note. I'm not gonna tell you who's on it, Logan Paul. But
I want to know the list, Deja. Send me afterwards.
but I'm just
Yeah,
saying
we
I
we
felt
we,
like
we can talk off camera.
off
On
camera.
who would have been on the list.
But like it's just crazy to me. Like Logan's still on the payroll. Really? Like he's still on the payroll? Like you went through the whole list and said, nah, I can't get rid of him.
Mm.
Honestly, like I'm up to the fact that they could have a lot of baddies. Like they like
And
I'm so
then
upset.
they cut Dakota and Eddie Thorpe.
Oh my God, they cut a whole couple. I didn't even think about that.
Literally, when I
That's
said
fine.
they fired her boyfriend too. Oh, y'all are fucked. Y'all are fucked. This
What
is
happened
this is
to them?
almost as bad as serving Punk papers on his wedding day.
They
I was just thinking that. Like
they are no
that's
longer a
so
two
real.
income household.
And the dirty whistles is fine. They're fine for a
Like,
little
Bro,
bit.
and it's crazy too. When I saw the reports like early in the day that they were releasing like backstage people, like people in the corporate offices, I was like, any talent that gets released. Thankfully, we are in the day and age of WWE is not the end all be all until they start buying
yeah.
up more wrestling.
You
So at
can
this
go to
point,
Japan. You can go to AEW. You can even go to TNA, as we saw with Indy.
you could
Hmm.
go to TNA. So there are options. I am of the opinion now of WWE is not the end all be all for everyone. Not everyone is going to have the opportunity to shine there, and that's okay. And I guess this is just not everyone's time to be in WWE. It is the juggernaut for a reason. It is like, a lot of people's goal, but it's not the end all be all.
I just realized
Yeah.
that Dakota Sky got cut twice from the
Yeah.
You didn't see me crashing out in the group chat on Friday?
I did. I didn't realize it until now when I was looking up the list. But like,
Dakota
I'm
got
so
Dakota.
upset.
He even got me saying Dakota Sky. Dakota Kai got cut like 3 years ago. They brought her back. No, she got cut like 5 years ago. They brought her back 3 years ago just for this to happen. She was
Same
at
thing
the
Yeah.
with
1 yard
Braun.
line. She was supposed to be the IP champion.
Same thing with Braun. You cut them,
Yeah.
5-6 years ago at this point, just to bring them back and fire them
Mhm.
again 3 years later.
We didn't even get anything with Braun Strowman in the Wyatt Six. Like, bro, what the hell?
I'm surprised they didn't fire Omos, because what is he doing?
Hey,
Like,
hey.
That's
As
not
an
even
Homo
Omos
sapien.
slander. That's not Omos slander. It is genuinely that man
no,
has not been on my screen. It's the
Yes.
same with Villa Fatu. That man has not been on my screen.
That's fair. That's fair.
like there was so many better options. Like, you had people, like, yeah, all these people like were sitting in the back for the most part, but like, you had better options. Like,
The craziest thing with this batch of people, you know how in previous years with releases, these are like people that they've benched and we haven't seen anything from them in such a long while. So it's like, it sucks that they're gone, but like, at least catering. Most of the
Yeah.
people they fired were actively on TV. Like Gigi Dolan
Yeah.
was in a number one contenders match. Like,
for two
Gigi
companies,
Dolan was just on TNA like 2 weeks ago.
right? Like, well, she's got to be there full time now, but
Bro, Shotzi.
no.
Oh, at least with Shotzi, like I understood, she hadn't been on TV in months.
Every damn hell.
like Wolfgang,
Yeah, they were
Joe
just
Coffey.
on Evolve.
Will they?
Yeah,
Like, Jesus.
Joe Coffey in them as well?
yeah.
I paid
Anyway, any last minute thoughts or anything else that we want to get out about the firings? Because Lord knows, even rehashing all of this got me stressed. Oh my God, it made me want to pull my hair out.
Listen, this up again makes me want to not even turn on Raw, but Raw is coming on as we speak.
Yeah. Like, they have the money too. They don't have to cut anybody. They cut the people who don't want to be there anymore.
Y'all got the TKO money. Y'all got the Netflix money. Entrance cannot be that much.
Like, come on now, man.
Oh, and last thing, if they really did cut some people to bring back Eva Marie, as somebody who loves Eva Marie, she does not need to be in the ring in a wrestling capacity.
I'm not gonna lie, because I saw that report going around. What the fuck? Respect to Eva Marie, because she is a staple for her time period. Let me not come off the wrong way. However, I'm about to have a Joe Budden crash out right now. Because what the fuck type of capacity did Eva Ring in the ring be? What the fuck could she be doing?
Well, after my little crash out, what better place than to end the episode, keep y'all interested. I just want to say thanks, guys, for tapping into episode 7 of the Top Rope Boys podcast. It's the EST of the DMV, the left hand of destruction, the Bajan Bulldozer, the Cameroonian Nightmare. It's your boy, Stef. Thank you guys for listening, watching, tapping in with us. Please make sure to follow on all the socials. And of course, thank you to our wonderful guests, Sears and Deja, for showing up today. I appreciate them so much. And y'all, have a great one. Stay safe. And we love y'all. Peace.